How do cashew?
How do cashew?
Yeah.
Really?
How do cashew? It's from the
Have
Proud
never heard
Family,
that.
circa 2000 something. The Proud Family movie. It said, "How
Oh,
do
actually,
cashew?"
okay, okay. So I do know what you're talking about. Okay.
They have the dance
Please
battle.
don't take my black card today.
Do
I
do do
remember the
do
dance
do.
battle
Yeah. Nobody ever
and
remembers
the
that
little
line.
peanut head people.
Nobody ever remembers that line.
No,
It's just me. It's okay. Uh, but I,
just you.
for the most part, nobody ever gets the reference. I'll be honest.
Mm, okay. I was just gonna say, please don't take my black card because my entire family is upset with me
Why? What's wrong?
right now.
Who hurt you?
Apparently, I hurt them
Why?
because they all want to watch Coming to America, the sequel, but I haven't seen the first one, and so they're like, "How?"
I hate you.
And great,
I
you
don't
too.
actually hate you, but like,
But no, my mom looked me in the eye and was like, "How how did I fail so hard as a mother, as a black mother?"
not how did I fail so hard as a black mother? That
Yes.
is, that's disheartening. That's hard. Look, it's a movie. It's not the end of the world. I do think you should give it a try, especially if you get high. Um, if you choose to partake in those things, I just feel like it's a movie that would be the first one at least. I haven't seen the second one yet. I'm waiting to watch it with my roommate. I told her that we would not watch them apart, but
Oh,
yeah, we're weird. But the first one for sure is a movie that makes sense whether you're high or not, but I feel like it's a lot funnier when you're high.
okay.
Some crazy shit's going down, but it's a good one. There's a lot of name recognition. There's a lot of black actors you'll recognize.
Will
It's a
I?
good one. Probably.
Okay. I mean, but I'm the person. I don't know why they were so surprised because I just saw The Wiz.
Yeah.
This
I
week.
mean, am I surprised? No. No, I'm not surprised at all. Do I want you to see it? Yeah, it's classic black cinema. It's black cinema at its finest. Maybe not finest, but doing well. And
Like it was good, but maybe finest is a lot. Let me take
right,
it back.
right. I might be exaggerating by saying finest, but it was a good time. There was a good time had by all.
Mhm. Okay.
I say give it a shot. Who knows? You might
Yeah,
surprise
it's
yourself.
not. Yeah, and it's not really that I'm anti watching the movie necessarily. I just never did.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like that happens. It happens. It happens. But sorry, I just burped so hard. My bad. But I'm not a
I
lady. I'm a woman. But yeah, I say give it a chance. Oh, by the way, this is Life 401.
advanced shenanigans. It definitely is. Hey y'all.
That wasn't my fault this time. Boom, boom.
No, it was my fault.
It
It
was
was me this
Michelle's
time. I'm
fault.
a loud one. I'm a loud one, Drea. Like every so often, right?
Excuse me? You're allowed plenty. I just like to
Okay.
acknowledge when it's not my fault because it usually is. By the way, I'm Drea.
Yeah, she's Drea. I am Michelle.
For a second, but it's okay. She's there. She's Michelle.
I am. Did you forget that I was here?
No, it just took you a second to respond, but I think you were doing something.
Oh my God. Reading my text messages. I'm a bad host.
Yeah, she sucks at it. I mean, I'm not much better. I'm here. I
Okay,
can't
okay.
talk. I'm the bitch who did not remember we had homework until yesterday.
It's okay.
And I did the barest of minimum homework. But
We're all
I'm
in this. It's okay. We're all in this together.
here. We're all thought and we did that we see. No?
Yes.
Is that far enough from the real one that nobody can get mad at?
I don't know. You know Disney.
Don't come after me. I can't. I can't.
All I can give you is student loan debt. I don't have anything to give you.
Right. Technically, I own a little bit of Disney stock. I'll give that back. It's the tiniest amount.
Is it one share? Like it's not even
Oh,
one.
one share is expensive.
I know. So what is it? It's like point what?
It's a percentage of a share, but we're working on it. We're gonna build up to a full share.
Uh-huh.
We're a millennial, so we're just
Reach for the
dabbing
stars.
toes. We're
Reach
slowly
for the
building a
stars.
portfolio.
I'll have one by the time I'm 90
Yeah,
and I can finally retire and live
like the
out my
rest of
last
us.
right and live out my last 5 months in peace. Like, yeah.
Right. Or you could be like my mother, just finding 401ks places. She never
Yeah.
knows. My mom just
Yeah.
found another 401k that she forgot she had yesterday.
What a great way to be though.
Yeah, that's what happens when you move from state to state and therefore have to change jobs a lot because your husband is in the military. And you forget that you worked a job and you were putting money into said
And to
job for your retirement. And they call you 5 years later saying, you're over the age to be able to just get this money, right? You got $20,000. Would you like it? So she just finding money, but I'm not. But it's okay. We're proud of her.
it's okay.
You're doing
Yeah.
great, sweetie. I would
Oh,
I would love to borrow like $500. You want to buy me a Disney share?
you're so
would
silly.
you would you like to buy me a whole share of Disney? I only need one. I only need one.
Just a little bit. I just want to
Just a
be a
little.
part of the magic.
Right. I don't need a whole lot, but I do want.
Oh my goodness. So, tell everyone why we're here, Drea.
What? I started looking up the actual price of a share of Disney.
Wait, put it back. Let what was
It's
it now?
$197 right now to buy a
Oh,
whole just one share.
we could do that.
We could do that.
Who's gonna sell?
I mean, you could just buy it. You don't have to have anybody sell it to you. You just buy it. Apple's at $121.
We should buy stock in both of them.
I mean, I have a percentage of a share.
You need a yeah, but
I
you could
want
get
a whole
one.
share. I would like a whole share soon.
Yeah,
I'm working up to it. I'm working up to it.
good. Anyway, tell everyone what we're here for. Do you remember?
Hey,
It's Pi
it's
Day.
Pi Day. It's March, guys. It's merch, and
It's merch. You
it's
sound like you're saying,
merch.
don't forget your merchandise.
Don't forget it's merch. And of course, some people will be celebrating several holidays this month.
Yes.
We don't care about all the holidays. We care about the good one, which is Pi Day.
And why is Pi Day the good one?
Because
I mean, I agree with
it's
you.
one, it's a little punny.
It is.
Two, it's based in math, which is like great. And then, and then it's also like it's a double entendre in a lot of ways.
You're
It's
so
it's so versatile. And also you get free things. Like you can get free pie and you can get free pizza and you get like a lot of things that are pie based. Pizza pie, an actual pie, pie in the sky, butterfly in the sky. Okay. Um but yeah, like I enjoy it. And it's math. Everybody loves
No,
math.
you know what's funny?
What?
The fact that you started singing Butterflies in the Sky. Did you know that while Pi Day, it's also Butterflies Day?
I had no clue.
Yes.
Look at us. We're learning. We're learning. Guys, okay, so Pi Day happens every year. And apparently so does Butterfly Day. Who knew? Um,
Right.
and it happens on 314
Yes.
every year
Every
because
year.
3.14 are the first three numbers of pi, the mathematical pi.
Yes, it's a repeating decimal.
Mm-mm, it's not a repeating
Isn't it?
decimal. No.
No, it's what is it?
Pi
No,
is
it's
so
irrational.
special because it never repeats. Like ever.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the
It's
thing. Not
a
it's not what
it's
is it
not a
called?
repeating there's a specific name for it. I can't remember what it's named. But it is a number that literally does not have any repetitious numbers in it, and it also never ends to our knowledge. And I say to our knowledge because every year they try to find the end of pi, and they can't. They have gone out to 3 trillion digits, and they have yet to find the end
Yeah. Oh,
or
I
a
remember.
repeating
Not a
pattern.
repeat. Yeah, not a not a repeating decimal. An irrational number
It is an
is what they
irrational
call
number.
rational number. Yes.
It is irrational because it does not repeat, nor does it end.
I mean, I feel like it could end somewhere.
Probably, but after 3 trillion digits, who's really checking?
Who's right? I'm not.
Right. We know for a fact that computers have solved out to 3 trillion digits, not humans, because humans make mistakes. Computers very rarely do when you program them correctly. Um,
Yeah.
but out to 3 trillion digits without a repetitious pattern, without it ending, um, and that's okay. Like we're gonna let pi live.
I will outlive us all.
Yeah. Actually, it's been calculated. Let me correct myself because I found the fact. According to NBC News, um,
Ooh,
right?
fancy.
I actually did research. Um, pi has been calculated to more than 22 trillion digits.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just can't we find something else to do?
I mean, people want to find the end of things. It took
Just be but
24 hard drives to do it.
20.
And this was done in 2016, so fairly recently.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know why it reminds me of like people journeying to find the end of the earth because clearly it's flat.
Right. It very much at this point feels like why are we still searching for the end of it? But somebody wants to be the one that discovers it.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to be the Christopher Columbus of their time, just mistakenly looking for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah. I like
Is
that. I like that.
that not how
The
you describe
accuracy.
Christopher Columbus?
The things that I say about Christopher Columbus sometimes are not something you would say in polite society. So,
Mm,
just
okay.
saying.
All right. Well, it also has Pi Day also has other significant things about it. It is Butterfly Day, as Michelle pointed out. It is also
Yeah.
Albert Einstein's birthday.
Yes, it is.
Um, And Stephen Hawking died on Pi Day.
That's so sad.
It is so sad, but also we get it. There's a bunch of other birthdays, like Michael Caine's birthday is on there. Uh, Billy Crystal's birthday. Quincy Jones's birthday is on Pi Day.
Really?
Yeah.
All these Pisces.
I will forgive them that.
Ah, you know what? I don't have to take this. That's been my phrase for this year. I've just been like, I don't have to take this.
You don't. You don't.
But then I say that, and that's supposed to be like a compliment with you. Some like, I don't have to take this, and then you storm out, or I don't have to take this, and then you slam the door. With
Right.
me, it's like, I don't have to take this. Looks at the TV because that's what everyone is doing in the room. I,
Right.
it's very ineffectual.
It's I just continue about my day and continue
Yeah,
to be in the same space.
I guess I'm reminding myself that if I want to change it, I could.
Yes, you could. You choose
Yeah,
not to.
look at that. That's that bullshit for you. Um, so for me, like Pi Day, of course, great, and I like the play on it that we have been doing in the world these days
Hmm.
with Pi Day being PIE. You're so, you're
I
so
mean,
silly.
let's
You're
be
like
real. Circles are calculated
pi,
from pi. So it makes
pi.
sense to be like, let's use circular devices to celebrate it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so too. But like, so I started thinking about it. I have a friend who is from the other side of the pond,
Mm.
and she celebrates Pi Day religiously. Like it's like one of her favorite days. And the way that she does it is she makes pies.
Oh,
Right, like except she's from some part of England. I always get it wrong,
don't even
but
try. Don't even try.
she was the first person to really be like, "Oh, I'm making a pie." And I say, "Well, what's in the pie?" And she's like, "Oh, it's a mincemeat pie or it's a." And I was like,
Yum, savory pies.
"Right." And so, being American, being Southern, being black, when we talk about we gonna make pie, we talking about apple pie, peach pie,
Yeah,
chocolate pie.
yeah. But
So
or
it was
chicken pot pie. We do have a savory pie here in the South.
yes, but it's very, very like a small amount. Like you don't make up stuff. It's like you get a chicken pot pie and a turkey pot pie and maybe a beef pot pie,
Hmm.
and that's about it,
Right. And
right?
it's enough to usually serve to a family. It's very rarely like with European pies or,
They could be like
American
hand
pies.
pies,
Yeah, they can be handheld pies where you're like, no, I eat this whole handheld small pie. It's delicious.
right? So like pie has been out a long time. Like the thought of like a pie, a crust and filling has been around for a long time. And I started looking and found some there. First of all, I found out, y'all, that there is like an American Pie Council.
Didn't know that. Had no freaking clue.
Yeah, like they have a
Seems
website and
weird.
everything. It doesn't it? But they have recipes, pie merchandise, like events, like they do all of this. And so like they had a little thing about the history of pies. And they were like, pie has been around since the ancient Egyptians,
Yes.
right? And they were like
Yes. Much like
the
the
first,
number.
right, much like the number. It was like the first pies were made by like early Romans, and
Mm,
it's kind of lost. So it's like it might have been taught to them through the Greeks.
very
And these
cool.
pies, right? These pies were made in reeds. So like right. And so it was used for the sole purpose of holding the filling, and you're not gonna eat it. You just like eat it. So that's how
Mm,
it started.
very
Um,
cool.
right. And like the first pie recipe was published by the Romans, and it was a rye crusted goat cheese and honey pie.
So
So
interesting. Like it's very interesting to see like the origins of pie, because much like the pie you eat, the number pie is quite old as well.
Mhm.
Um, the pie that we recognize today didn't come about until about the 18th century. And by the 18th century, it was discovered by like, William Shanks, I believe. Yep. In like 1873, correctly, he got like the first like 700 digits then. But it was the
Wow.
first digit was found in the 18th century, so in the 1700s. But the concept of pie has been around since the ancient Babylonians from like Bible
Mhm.
times. Um, but they used the wrong numbers. Of course they did. But they used 25 over 8 as pi, which works out to be like 3.125, which is not
Really
as
close.
far away as you would think. Exactly. It's not as bad as one would think that pie could be from the pie that's correct necessarily.
Look,
And it's
they were
actually
getting.
referenced what?
I know. I was like, they got closer than a lot of kids in middle school. I promise you.
Oh, I promise you. How many people tried to say what pie was as a child and used to be like,
Just wrong.
3.5. Um,
No.
no, wrong. So yeah, ancient Babylonians around the second like millennium BC. This is before current era that they found this number. And it's even referenced in things like the Bible, where they typically talk about 10 cubits from brim to brim, or they use the word cubits. And what they were
Mhm.
really referring to was pi, which they thought was three ish, a little bit more than three, which is very interesting. But they didn't actually
Yeah.
like solve out pi until like the early 1700s. But it's interesting how like these things are such old ancient things, both pi the food and pi the number,
Right.
but they've endured.
They have.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty great. But like another thing, so like you were talking, early pies were like mostly meat pies.
Heck yeah, meat
And you were
pies.
yeah, and so like you were talking about how like the 12th century old guy was the one, what was his name again?
Or the 17th century, um or 19th century was William Shanks. 17th or 18th
Yeah.
century was, don't let me lie to you, William Jones. Two Williams, bunch of Bills.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So listen to this. This is morbid and gross and I like it.
I'm into
Are
it. Go
you
for it.
ready?
Hmm.
Okay, so I told you the early pies were meat pies. They appeared in England as early as the 12th century, but the
Ooh.
crust of the pie was referred to as a coffin, Coffyn. And
Ooh.
in these days, it was like then it was actually more crust and filling, which is the complete opposite of what we do now,
Yeah.
right? We want, although crust is good, crust is good.
Here's the thing. I don't think you can have a good pie unless there's a good
The
crust to
crust,
filling ratio.
right. But oh, listen to this part. It says often these pies were made using fowls, and the legs were left to hang over the side of the dish to be used as handles.
That's fucking insane.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Can
I
you
mean, crazy
imagine?
interesting, but crazy nonetheless.
Like,
Whoa.
here's your meat pie. Hold it by the talons of the geese, goose,
So
fowl,
interesting.
bird, duck that I put in here. Like,
I would I would be very confused if that happened today, but I'm sure in that time or in that, setting, it was very normal.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And again, probably still delicious.
Probably.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Still delicious. But also 12th century, nobody was washing their hands. So
Gross.
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 Gross. Um, I will say, while William Shanks and William Jones are the first to do it, to kind of solve it in the European sense, apparently the Chinese were like leaps and bounds ahead. Like how you said, it dates back to ancient Egypt, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese were killing it with pi, the number pi, way before, just because Chinese mathematics used to be like ahead of the game for a lot of
Yeah.
reasons. One, they created, or they already had decimal notations long before Europeans ever did,
Yeah.
right? um, and then the other thing is they had a symbol for zero long before Europeans ever did. So while it was like the Middle Ages and European mathematicians were like, oh, here's zero, it exists, right? European
Yeah.
mathematicians didn't get that until they partnered with like the Arabs who had this, and the Indians who already had a symbol for zero and a system that used zero in it.
Zero. Yep.
Exactly. So the Chinese were killing it with pi long before the
Sounds like
Western world.
sounds like people of color been winning for a long time.
Both in all pie realms. They were
Yeah.
they were winning at all times.
Man. Like yeah.
Yeah, even pizza.
I
So if you get pie on Pie Day, pizza pie is also one of those things. Like I know Blaze Pizza is doing a thing with their pizza, and usually, like the big chains will do a big thing about pizza pies on Pie Day as well.
okay. Yeah, they will. Let me ask you a question.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Okay, so can we agree that the definition of like the traditional pie is a crust filling and something on top?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You agree
Whether
with that?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be another crust or dough of some kind on top. It just has to be a crust filling, and then,
Like a streusel or like
yeah, like a streusel
sugar.
is a pie, or like a sugar crust, I think is a great idea, or cheese. Sure.
Okay. So if that's the case, is Chicago style pizza pizza or is it pie?
It's a pizza pie.
No, no. We
I've said
say
it. I meant it. Pizza pie is a thing. Regular
okay,
pizza
so
is pie.
how is it pie?
It is crust. It is a tomato based filling and cheese based filling and toppings on top. Sometimes
Okay.
those toppings are cheese.
Okay.
Chicago style pizza is also a
It's a
pizza
deep
pie.
it's a deep dish pie.
It's a deep dish pie. It's like it's also got a crust. It has a tomato based filling with cheese and toppings. It's just topped up with a second crust.
Uh-huh.
Here's a better question. Is a calzone a pie?
Yes. It's a hand pie.
It's a hand pie. Calzones, stromboli, hand pies.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've made somebody fucking mad.
Someone is pissed. Someone is ready to come through whatever device they are listening to this on and
Yes.
punch us in the face. Do you disagree that
No, that
that
these things
Chicago pizza is a pizza?
look, it's delicious. I don't care what anybody wants to call it. But and if we're following that logic, yeah, it's pie. But if we're following that logic, then cobbler is not like a peach cobbler that only has crust on the top.
It is not a pie, following said logic. I don't know what this voice is. Earlier, okay, sidebar nation, guys. Earlier, I was imitating my nephew, who in my mind is a is a sophisticated gentleman, despite the fact that he is 4. And I have yet to get out of his sophisticated gentleman voice. And therefore, a lot of the language I am using and a lot of the ways I am pronouncing my words at this moment are a bit exaggerated. But back to our point. Yes, I would argue that under these parameters, cobbler is not pie. It's cobbler.
It's cobbler.
I mean, it has a different name as well, guys. Like,
Yes.
it's not pie.
So is a Pop Tart pie?
Ooh, technically it is. It's a hand pie. It's a tart, but it's a hand pie. It's a tart. Are tarts pie?
I don't know. Let's ask Google.
Juju? Oh, Juju?
I need you to know that if we were like a kids show, that's how you would call the like
Like,
the
like how Mickey Mouse
personified
says,
cookie.
"Oh, Toodles, oh, Juju."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, no. Pies are not, I mean, tarts are not pies because the main difference is that tarts only have a bottom crust and the crust is
Oh,
much thicker than a pie crust. So that means we have tarts, pies, and cobblers.
all three different things.
All different, three different things.
Oh, wait a minute. It only has a bottom crust, and it has a different
The crust is much
thickness.
thicker. Yes, thicker than a pie crust.
So, by that definition, traditional pizza is not pizza pie. It is pizza tart.
Yes, I guess so.
Deep dish pizza is pizza pie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Whoever's listening to us go through this existential crisis,
I'm sorry, bring it back, bring it back.
bring it
I
back,
need to
bring it
hear
back.
this.
It's
Bring
no, it's very interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna start calling him. I would like a pizza tart, please. And also, by that definition, Pop Tarts are not tarts. They are pop pie.
pies. But we can't call them pot pies if we have that's too close to
The
chicken
pot's
pot
pie.
pie.
All wrong. It's all wrong.
What's wrong with us?
Look, nothing's wrong with me. I've met me. I think I'm okay. I'm not great,
Is it
but I'm working on it.
you're working on it? Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're always better or you're striving to be better than you were the day before.
You know what?
Yay.
Most times I am. I'm not going to
Good.
say 100%.
No, sometimes you just want to be a little trash panda and like sit on the couch.
Do nothing. Do a do nothing
Yeah.
day. But not all
Yeah.
times. But yeah, by that
At all.
definition, pie is very nuanced. Let's call it that.
We're gonna call it that. That's what we're saying.
Pie is very nuanced. Pie is what you make it. Much like the number, pie is what you make it. Because let's be real, when you guys were growing up, you probably only did 3.14.
Yeah, of course.
If you were really giving a dang, sometimes you did like what's the first three or first 5 digits? I think it's like 3.14159. Let me see if I remember it. Digits of pi.
I know I don't. Carry on.
I feel like it's 3.14159 or something like that. I bet I'm wrong.
Say it one more time.
What? 3.14159 is the first
That's it.
first 6 digits of pi. And then it's
Yeah.
like 2 6 and then it goes on forever. Everybody picks what number they go by. I have no clue why I know the first 6 digits of pi, but
'Cause you're a nerd.
but
We like nerds here.
we like nerds here. I think it's because I think in geometry I used to have to either in geometry or physics I used to have to go out that way. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. But even
Wait,
NASA
wait,
picks and
wait, wait,
chooses.
wait. No,
What?
wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
Can we go back? Were you saying that in either your geometry or your physics class, your exit ticket was the five, six numbers of pi?
No, 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 no. We used to use it in our equations.
Oh, okay. I'm still like, that's horrible. You have to pee. You can't go until you can recite the five, six digits of
No,
pi.
no, 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 no. And it was mainly like, and I'm thinking back to like my teaching days when I used to teach math, unfortunately. Um, Not
Ooh.
unfortunate for the kids. They did quite well in my classes, but unfortunate for me. I think we used to use it like in physics equations. They would prefer pi to be out to the first five decimal points or something like that. Whatever the case may be. But I say all this to say that everybody picks and chooses what pi is to them, including
Mm-hmm.
NASA, because NASA's engineers have to round pi off. They do not use actual pi because that shit's too long.
Long.
Typically, when NASA is doing things, they use 15 decimal places. That's it.
That's a lot.
A lot.
But it's a lot, but it's not.
Right. And that's typically like, so all these things when they're doing interplanetary trajectories and things like that. So, like how NASA just sent a new rover to Mars. Hopefully, you guys watched her land. She's tooting around now. Um,
She's tooting around.
don't you assume that like a Mars rover is just toot 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 picking up
That
samples? Boop 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 boop.
so you that sounded like Mario, the thing for Mario. Is it Mario or Mario Kart? I can't remember.
I think it started as a Mario and then it moved into like Blue's Clues.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Even though Mars rovers are huge,
They have to be.
they have to be. Like, they look on TV, at least in my mind, they look quite small. I think of them as like the
You,
as like the little
Ollie,
rovers who deliver food to people.
they're massive. Like these are those things, big brothers.
Right. Those Mars rovers are huge. But yeah, when NASA decides to calculate, how we're going to get to Mars or the moon or wherever, they do it by using the first 15 digits of pi rather than saying all 22 trillion that we know because that shit would be too long.
Yeah, I mean the math would probably be more accurate, but I think it's a small price to pay.
Actually, it's not. That's a good point. Actually, if they use more of the digits, then they found that um, their math is off. Not by
Oh well,
much, but
but
in
you don't
science
want to
terms,
be
it's off by like the width of a hydrogen atom, which is tea tiny. But in
yeah.
space, that can be a
You
lot.
might that can be like, oh, congratulations, you killed this whole mission,
Right. Like, congratulations, you did not make it into the gravitational pull of this planet.
and now you're floating.
Exactly. And they found that out by using 39 digits, and originally they were using 39 digits of pi instead of 15. And then they were like, "Oh shit, our numbers are off. We can't do this."
Yeah,
And they probably
yeah.
lost a
That
few spacecraft, let's be real,
yeah.
which is probably yet another reason why our planet is a trash planet
It is.
because there's nothing but
We're
trash orbiting us
we're
thanks to the space
surrounded.
race. We're surrounded by trash thanks to the space race. That's right.
Look what we did to Earth.
Like, no alien is going to want to come here. They're going to be like, the dump, you mean? The, the thing with 70,000 things floating around it? Nobody wants to come here.
Yeah. Look, I heard it used to be beautiful, and then the primates got a little uppity.
Right. There's that one race of primates that just ruined it for everyone.
Yeah. You ruined it for everyone,
Right.
fucker.
Right. There's 15,000 satellites out here because of them. What the fuck? Sit down. It's cool.
Oh my goodness. What if we're the planet that the aliens pass by? Like they're like, mm-mm, you can't stop there. They lock their doors. Like this is a
You
bad
know
area.
Earth is. You know Earth is. You know aliens are like, actually, let's take the wide route. You know, when like your GPS takes you down like a side road and they be like, we're not following GPS. We can't. It's gonna take us by
No.
Earth.
You remember what happened last time? No.
As that one very talented black woman said, Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave.
She did. That song is a bop. What is her name?
You gotta look it up. I don't remember. As as evidenced by a lot of things. I don't remember, but Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave.
Yes, I'm gonna find out. Is this
We're like
it?
alien abductions. I'm down. Let's try it. Can't be worse.
Aaliyah Sheffield.
Aaliyah Sheffield. You
Earth is ghetto. I wanna leave.
wanna leave. It's so good.
It's
It's
such a
so good.
bop, and it's so truthful.
Yeah. Every word of
Like,
it makes sense. If you guys haven't heard it, go to YouTube, look her up. She's talented. She has a very nice voice.
yes,
And the song is both truthful and a bop. So,
it
yeah, try
is.
it out.
It's like a smooth groove. Like, it's pretty good.
It reminds me of like a Saturday morning song. You know, Black
Yeah.
Saturdays with like I don't know. In our house, we used to play, of course, like the typical Black Saturday music. But again, like on Saturday afternoons, my mom would turn on like jazz or like the smooth jazz
Of
channel,
course.
and
I
and
wish y'all
we'd
could see this
groove.
wiggle. I
Y'all
wish y'all
can't see
could.
my wiggle, but it's like
She's getting it.
it's a move. A man, you know, get a groove going. No music, just feel what's in your head, and that's the wiggle I'm doing.
I don't understand how that so accurately depicted what she was doing, but yes, do that.
Lick, okay. It's called. I'm a wordsmith. I'm not. I'm not. Evidenced by the fact that I couldn't remember a giant amount of words that we were just talking about. Anywho,
It's okay.
it's okay.
We all have our own talents.
One more fact about pie, and then I'm done talking about the number. I promise. I'm probably not, but I'm done with fun facts that I think are fun. So you know how machines are taking over the world. If you would
Yeah.
like to put a machine through a stress test, they ask a machine to calculate pi. So like you know how humans, you know, they think your ticker's gone bad or you know, you got to go to the doctor. Sometimes they'll put you through a stress test to see what's going on and what, you know, if stress is going to trigger something. Same thing happens for computers and the way they do it is by saying, "Here computer, calculate the digits of pi."
Uh-huh.
It's like a cardiogram for them. And it typically will indicate like the level of activity within like a computer processor so that they can tell you whether your processor is going bad or whether you need to update it or whatever. But isn't
Mhm.
that fun?
That is pretty cool. Like this is
High
like a
sucks for
stress
everybody.
test.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
like a
stress
stress
test
test.
for them.
Oh my goodness. You know what I like about like when we talk about pie, like the food, how
Hmm.
people use pie as in like cliches or idioms like, oh, it's as American as apple pie, or it's easy as pie.
Yeah, which pie is not easy. Both the number
No,
nor the food.
food. Like, not at all. I remember watching the like the Great British Baking Show, you know the one I'm talking
Hmm.
about. And they had in one season they had it was pie competition, and they had to make a freestanding pie. So that meant it was a pie crust that was not in a pie
A pie
pan.
dish. Yes.
Yeah, so it was a hand resin pie. And I was like, this is crazy.
That's so weird. I mean, in a good
Right.
way, but also like you gotta have some skills to pull that off.
Right. Right. And so like that makes me think about how we have embraced pie into our like story as as humans,
Hmm.
especially in like the United States.
Yes.
Like this whole thing about the thought of, well, they had pumpkin pie or whatever at
Um,
Thanksgiving, the
or
first
sweet
Thanksgiving
potato
celebration.
pie. Hmm.
Right. So
It's a
that is
whole thing.
none of that. Like the thing I like is none of that type of stuff for real was at that Thanksgiving, the first Thanksgiving
Oh
feast.
no, no, pumpkin pie wasn't there. None of these
Yeah.
things were there. They were dying. They were
Yeah.
literally starving. The first Thanksgiving, air quotes, was like
Yeah.
corn.
Yeah, like, and they had, if they did do, they don't know all the dishes that were at that first, like Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
But if they did do pies, it was more like English pies with like meat.
It was a
And
savory pie,
hmm
more than likely.
but but here's the thing, like it wasn't like just bland meat pies. It says the pilgrims used dried fruit, cinnamon, pepper, and nutmeg to season the meats that went in the pies.
Oh, yum! I would eat that
Right.
pie.
Right.
Pie is controversial. Okay, it's controversial, and like to this day, the type of pie you like can make or break someone's opinion of you. Sometimes, like I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't mind if this makes you hate me. You probably already hated me before. I don't like cherry pie. I like cherries. I like pie. Don't like cherry pie.
I don't like cherries or cherry pie, but that's not the one. The one for me, and this is another give me your black card situation. I don't like sweet potato pie.
I'm not mad at you about that.
I don't like it. I don't like pumpkin pie either because that shit's gross. I
Yeah.
don't like sweet potato
I'm not a big
pie.
fan of either. I'm going to be honest. I'll eat it
And
if I have to, but I don't really want to.
so let me tell you, in my family, we have some traditions when it comes to pie. Like, so for Thanksgiving, you make sweet potato pies. They're
In
always made
theory.
by hand.
Hmm.
I'm just saying. And my sister makes them. She was taught the recipe that is not written down anywhere by our stepdad,
Hmm.
right? So my sister makes the sweet potato pies. And because she's the baby out of all of the siblings, we tend to, or at least on my end, I'm like, I don't want to hear her mouth. So I eat at one slice of sweet potato pie a year.
Right.
One slice. And then whatever filling is left, because my daddy never gave anybody measurements, so maybe you're making four pies, maybe you're making 14. Like you don't
Right.
know.
It's up to
Um,
you. It's a choose your own
right.
adventure.
So what we typically end up doing is my sister's like, well, I'm gonna make 8 pies. I'm gonna make however many pies. We buy the pie shell. She makes the filling, and she fills up the pie shell that she has, and then the rest of it she puts in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then for Christmas, I make sweet potato pie cheesecake. I like that, but
That
it's
sounds
mostly
yummy.
cheesecake.
It's mostly
It's mostly
cheesecake. I will say in our family, while there is typically a sweet potato pie available or pumpkin pie because my family is the United Colors of Benetton, and so we don't only have black people in my family. There are quite a few other colors of people in my family, and some of those other people
diversity is
enjoy
beautiful.
it's beautiful, but some of those others enjoy pumpkin pie more than sweet potato pie. But my immediate family has decided we don't care about that pie tradition, and instead we don't get pumpkin or sweet potato pie. We get apple pie for Thanksgiving. There's always an apple pie available because guess what? Nobody wants it during Thanksgiving except us. We over at our home always get some type of apple pie as a dessert. And then we also allow whomever else would like a sweet potato or pumpkin pie to have what they would like. But also, that holiday tends to fall on one of my siblings' birthdays or around
Mhm.
it. So, like this past year, that sibling's birthday was the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, cool.
Many times it has fallen on the day of Thanksgiving. So, we also tend to just do cake because
Yeah.
we have to sing happy birthday and there needs to be some way to put candles and do the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, so we will usually do like an apple pie and then we just do cake for my sibling's birthday.
I
Happy
like that.
birthday.
We make cake anyway. We do that. Um, because my mom is a fan of pound cake. So at any given time there might be a pound cake in this house.
Pound cake. I love pound cake. Again, we are not bakers. We are buying these things.
Yeah, we're making them in
Yeah.
my house.
Great for you guys. We if we make anything, we'll make like a cake maybe. But we will also do things like we make Rice Krispie treats and turn them into turkeys. Or
That's really cute.
yeah, or if it's Christmas, we let the kids make Rice Krispie snowballs. Or as children, my mother let us do Rice Krispie snowball men and or snowmen, and you would just would have like we made like all. There was one year we made a whole snowman village out of Rice Krispie treats.
Oh.
It was the worst because we let all of them go stale.
Oh no, you were supposed to.
We were supposed to eat them, but we didn't want to because it was so cute.
The least you could have did was like dipped them in like white chocolate so they would have stayed a little bit longer. But I know that's a lot.
Mm-mm. It was the most of the fun was in the making. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't want to eat it. I made this.
All right. I'm not doing that. I made it. I think it's adorable. It will be here now until someone throws it
It's like I named it Bradley.
out. Right? It will be here forever. But much like with food pie, there are controversies, as evidenced by many of the conversations we've had. But there's also a controversy with using pie for circles. Did you know this?
No, what?
Yes. So typically, when people think of pie, you think of like, oh, pie is what
A
we use
circle.
to find a circle, like the circumference or you know area of a circle. Whether it
Yes.
be two pi r or pi r squared. However, comma in math enthusiasts um, have debated whether pi or tau is the best unit to help measure circles. Tau
I don't want a
is
towel day. This sounds weird.
it would be weird, but tau is 2 pi. It's 2 pi. And the argument is that 2 pi is better suited um, to help calculate circles. For instance, like
But why?
if you multiply tau by the radius, you get the circumference without doing any extra things,
Oh,
right? If you take tau, you divide it by 4, you get the angle of a quarter of a circle. You get 90 degrees, right? So like it works.
but
It's
so
less happy.
tau. Yeah, but if tau equals 2 pi, then it seems like pi is still the root of all circles.
But tau takes out one letter. Like it takes out one thing that you're writing. But I would still think to do area of a circle, which is pi r squared, you would still need pi.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it with tau. Would it be
No.
tau over times r squared? Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, because you'd have to like get rid of the function on top.
Yeah. It would,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
weird.
is it a thing? Could it happen? Yes. Is it more fun than pi r squared or 2 pi r? Not
Of course
necessarily. But
not.
there is controversy.
Ooh.
Drama.
Have there been fisticuffs?
Rough. They don't describe, in the research I did, there's no description of any altercations necessarily due to the debate of pi versus tau. But there is a debate.
There is a debate.
It's debatable.
It's debatable.
Yeah,
I, I know I'm just repeating what you're saying, but it's
you
just
are.
the way that you're saying it. It's the, it's
It's
the way
okay.
that you're saying it.
I
I'm
will
just
fine about that. You don't have to judge me. No, but yeah, there's a debate out there, much like with food pie. You
I
never
like it.
know.
I
I
like
sort
it.
of like it. I sort of like it. Not enough to want to change. I would best way to say this. I would, in theory, want to know what younger Drea would think of knowing this, and how younger Drea would have used the knowledge of Tao. And I know it would have been to be a little shit. Like, I know.
You'd have been like, can't we just use towel?
Absolutely. Or like doing homework instead and just being like, Tau R. Tau over 2 R squared. Just to piss people off.
And her teacher's like, I hate this bitch.
I want to punch this bitch. That is not what I told you to use. Also, Tau is a little easier to write, I will say, because it's just like a curvy T.
Curves are great,
It's
but
a
yeah,
curvy
it's a
T.
curvy T.
It's a curvy T. And I just know. It's like when I learned about lambda, it was one of those things where it's like, I don't want to deal with lambda. I don't
No,
want to deal with delta. I think it's stupid.
a little bit. A
Why
little
can't I
bit.
just write change? But like, yeah, younger Drea would have been a complete shit to her teachers about Tao. So it's good that I didn't know about this until I did the research.
Well, as long as you know yourself. Good job.
I mean, we're battling our demons every day.
Hey,
But,
it'd be like that.
right. But, we said all this to say, hopefully you celebrate Pi Day. It is a actual, factual holiday, according to the government.
Yes.
It was signed. I'm trying to find it. It is Congress passed it as Resolution 224. Right?
Wait, I was there nothing else they could have done before this?
They were
Anyway,
bored.
carry on.
They were bored.
Carry on.
Uh, and in many places, they will host a circular parade on 3/14 to celebrate Pi Day. There's typically a Pi Day like run or Pi Day. Look into it. There's probably was like a Pi Day run or a Pi Day parade / event that happened in your city and you just didn't even know about it. Like
Yeah.
I will say in the city we live in, there is a science festival going on for the next 2 weeks.
There
And
is.
there
I wanted to tell you
is.
about it. I wanted to tell you about it, but I didn't want you to feel bad if we couldn't go.
Too late, I know about it. And they are most likely doing something for pie. So
Yeah.
no need to feel bad. Miss it? Guess what? It's coming back next
What?
year.
Oh well, yeah, we can go next year. You're right.
It's doing it again next year. Pi
Yeah,
Day will continue to happen next year.
yeah,
Butterfly
we,
Day will also continue to happen. So you got time.
yeah. As long as we get herd immunity, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Look, we're working on it.
That's all
Trying to
you.
get
That's all
these
you got.
shots.
Yeah, my mom is scheduled to get hers really soon.
Good. Many
Good.
people. One of my siblings just got hers. Uh, Apparently today, or her first one today. My
Oh,
mother's
cool.
fully immunized. She's loving it, and she has guilted her father into also becoming immunized.
Did she?
Oh yeah,
I, I mean,
oh
he is definitely an OG. So I
he
mean,
is.
I can understand her wanting him to be,
Yeah,
safe.
he is. He's older, but apparently my mother found out she was immunized before her father was, even though of course he's older than her, and
Right.
decided that to shame him into doing it, she was going to call him every day at the same time
Every
to
day?
ask him if he had set his appointment
Every day?
every day. And then once he said finally, yes, I set the appointment, she continued calling until he said, I got my first shot.
And she's not done because she's gonna call until he gets a second shot.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That is some dedication.
Dedication. Care about your family the way my mother apparently will shame them into into caring about themselves. She has also decided that she's going to do that with me until I get a therapist. So,
Really?
ass.
What?
And she will continue until I tell her I have gone to my first therapy appointment.
You know,
She warned me. She warned me that she was going to do it. So,
okay. Well, that's better than just doing it.
hmm she told me that's what she was going to do, and
Let me know how that works out for you.
we're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see if I pay attention to it or if I block her calls. One of the two things is going to happen.
Yeah, because unlike your granddad, you know how to block people's calls.
Right.
He probably still has a
I
house
don't have a
phone,
house
which is great.
phone, so
Yeah.
you got to get me on my cell.
I mean, well, if he take the phone off the hook,
He also
that's
has
for
a cell phone.
everybody.
He don't know how to fix that. And he can't do that because he has a wife, and she would not allow that.
Women saving the day all the time.
There are too many
Oh,
extra factors. Oh,
yeah.
can you guys hear that?
I could hear it.
The beep 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 beep.
I heard it.
That was my timer. Sorry, guys.
I heard the beep 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 beep. Oh no, I just occurred to me that this is also like Women's History Month.
Women's History Month. Happy Women's History
Oh,
Month.
yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We're doing something probably.
Mhm.
Um,
Maybe.
yeah. I don't know that we did anything for Black History Month that was strictly Black History. Did we?
I don't
No.
think we did. But that's
We're
because
bad at
Black
being black.
History. Yeah, but that's because Black History is every month,
Right. We
all the
talked about
time.
something about Black history probably every time because we are Black women who tend to do that.
If we talk about our own history, we have touched Black history because we are what we experience is Black history.
Right. Say those words. I had no other excuse, so thank you. We also women, so
Yes, we
anything we
are.
do is women's history as well. We did make history, though,
Oh
because
yeah.
we did a thing. We have officially made our first dollar as a podcast.
Yes.
Guys, we're rich.
Man. I'm about to
because of
go.
you.
We appreciate y'all, man. We do.
Right. We can go buy like gobstoppers.
Man, if I just scrounge up the change, I can go to the Dollar Tree and I can get me something to drink.
Yeah, there we go. You can get an ice cream. It's getting
I
warm
can.
at the
Yeah.
Dollar Tree.
Mhm.
Guys, I'm
But
just trying to say, next time you
yeah,
see us and we out here feeling like we balling,
just
because we are.
look. If we order 3 appetizers instead of 2, mind your business.
Mind your business.
Don't count my
That's my
profit.
dollar. But seriously, we're so happy that you guys listen to us, even though I know a lot of times we feel like we are just sitting out here screaming into the ether a little bit.
Into the ether or into the void?
Either one.
Into the void sounds darker.
No!
And you've ruined it. No, 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 don't do that.
No,
No,
no, my bad. Okay.
no.
But yeah, we're here just talking to nobody. We do not listen to these. I love y'all, but we don't. So,
There's one particular friend who listens to them all.
yes,
And then she's like, "Do you remember what you said on the 3rd episode?" I was like, "What is the 3rd episode about, baby?"
I have no clue what we even titled it. Don't know.
Yeah.
I felt bad talking to her when she was like, and then you said this. And I was like, did I? Oh, shit. Don't listen to me.
You you could have been lying on me because I don't know.
I don't know. Sure, I did. Sure, I did. Uh
You like,
huh.
that's what happened?
You said this happened. Sure.
Uh-huh. I
you,
am whatever you say I am.
right. You could have told me I was talking about alien titties. I probably was. Maybe.
You just did. So
I
it's
just did. Also, I really hope my mother doesn't listen to this. She indicated that she would like to listen, and I was like, I'll tell you what it's called. Please, hopefully, don't find a way to listen to this. I love you, though. You're killing it.
oh man. So I don't
But,
think my mother will ever listen.
see, I'm jealous. I feel like my mom will listen to the first like 5 minutes and be like, "You're so vulgar." Sorry.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom thinks that I'm an alcoholic, all types of stuff.
Yes. And that's okay. That's okay. But anyway, we decided we're going to make this a little shorter than normal. So thank you guys for having listened to our weird, twisty, turny conversation about pie.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to our weird, twisty, turny conversations about anything. We do
Yeah,
appreciate it.
we really
And
do.
we do pay attention to the fact that other people are listening to us, even though we don't listen to ourselves. Um,
When do
and
people ever listen to themselves?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I've been, who am I? I've been Drea.
Yeah, and I'm Michelle.
And this has been Life 401.
Advanced Shenanigans.
So thank you guys for listening. And I'm
Uh,
sure we'll talk to you soon.
yeah, see you later. Bye.